All right, welcome to Doozer Shop. I got a quick update for you. Let's see here. The Covel cylindrical grinder. The update is a couple things. The grinding wheel head is back on. Okay, it's been hanging up and being cleaned, and I got 3 coats of paint on it, just Rust-Oleum smoke gray. The problem with the lubrication has been fixed. This gray subplate bolts down to the actual machine base, and that's in the prismatic side. There is the where the oil hole, the oil passage was not lined up. The flatway was fine. The flatway was oiling properly. So that's fixed, and that's cleaned and stoned and bolted on. And then I put the actual sliding spindle work head, wheel head on. And like I said, there's an oil pump inside there. You got to get some ISO 32 oil in there. It's interesting. So it's got the Gits cup to add the oil, and it's got some kind of pipe plug, which I just left in there, just painted over it. And then I painted around an oil pressure gauge goes there to show you the oil pump system's working. The swing down internal grinder bolts to that, right? I think I need a new, here's the parts pile. That's the oil pressure gauge. It's just a ratty old gauge. I need to get something better. But the parts pile is getting smaller on the cart, right? It's getting smaller. So anyhow, the motor was just heavy, so I cast it off to the side and I cleaned it in place. I just was lacquer thinner and a rag and wire brushes and just like little pin vices, and this is a little Dremel sized wheel with the 1/8 inch shank, and this is the this works really good. Dremel brand stuff, the brushes are really good. The cheaper Chinese stuff is not, but this is a Dremel end brush. I used to keep both of these, the round brush and the end brush, in my electrical pouch for cleaning taillight sockets on your vehicles. The older vehicles had 1157, 1156 taillights, and the sockets are always corroded and that's handy for cleaning stuff. So this is all clean. Let me kind of step onto this side and dropping stuff. I had the cover off the motor, off the fan. That cover was so full of rubber. This machine used to grind rubber more than probably steel or whatever, but of course the fan being there, it just sucked in all the rubber. For a sheet metal piece, that was quite heavy with all the rubber stuff in there. So I took it outside on a sunny day and I had an air grinder with a little wire brush and just got it all cleaned out. Scraped it first, wire wheeled it out. This thing was just black, totally enclosed, fan-cooled motor. It was just dirty, and you know, just I mean, scraping it and then just cleaning with this little brush, you know, just cleaning endlessly, scraping the gunge off, you know, slowly work the process. Especially down the leg, the feet. You can see it's originally green painted Reliance motor. It is it was just so dirty, and it took so long to clean, but it was just heavy, so I wanted to kind of clean it up there on the machine base, and I lifted it up and bolted it down to the slide. The slide is on. You can see how meticulous it took to clean all that. I'm not going to paint the motor, I painted the cover black, as you saw. This is like a little dovetail slide for the motor adjustment. Yes, the pecker head cover is on upside down. I didn't do that. Maybe I'll flip it. Maybe I won't. It's got an adjustment for in and out, so you can do the belt tension. But look under there, man. This was so dirty, and I cleaned it like crazy clean, crazy. And like I said, on top, you can see what it is. The only thing I painted was the cover for the fan. So, but it looks good. I'm quite happy with that. And this thing moves back and forth with the lead screw. Oh, so the Beezer oiler, I tested everything out and fixed up the oil passage that was physically misdrilled, and I forget the FSH or whatever number 2s. There's a number 2 restrictor metering unit. There's a Beezer number 2 in this side. There's a Beezer number 2 in that side. There's a Beezer number 2 there. There's a Beezer number 2 there. And the number 2 there. And the number 2 there. And there's a number 00 on the screw via that hose. The hose connects to the Acme nut. And that's got a 00. All of them work. So I replaced all those. They all work. Maybe I mentioned that. If I give that a pull and let it dispense, it dispenses. Before I put the sliding bearing spindle wheel head on, I made sure oil came out of this side and this side, and these 2 wells are filling up, and those 2 wells are filling up, and it's dribbling out. I put a rag under the hose for the Acme nut. So that's all working. Heck yeah. That's what, after only I verified that the oiling system was working, I put the spindle grinder wheel head on, and used my handy mandy dandy lift cart right there. Pump that up, and that's how I redid the bearings and fixed all the old stuff. Got a couple lift carts. Got one over there too. That's another handy dandy Joe. Okay, we love it. The next thing I'm putting, this cylinder does not leak, but I should probably put new seals in it and U-cups and everything. Probably can take it apart and just get seal parts from McMaster Car. Maybe I mentioned before that piston rod was bent and I straightened it. It is very straight now and it's going to be great. It does reciprocate. You hit the buttons, you know, ba-da-da-da. Like I said, the next step, I cleaned all that face and I cleaned all that where the Acme screw goes. And that's over here. And that's the screw for the in and out. And then, you know, this thing's all, I'm just going to leave it. But this is all cleaned down and whatever. So that's, and the table's still over there with 3 coats of paint on it. And that's going to be last, and that's easy. And we'll put that on after, I want to rebuild the cylinder first. And then the table can go on. And everything can go back together. So that is the update. Oh, here's the dial for the grinder. But, you know, piece parts and just the parts washer and cleaning, and that's the name of the game. Lots of cleaning, lots of deburring, stoning, and just fitting back together, and gaskets and seals, and all the things that go into restoring a machine. But this is progress. Had a little time on the weekend here to get that going, and I'm so happy where I'm at. So, till next time, this is Doozer Shop.